Hello, my name is Devin Bernosky, and welcome to the Qpoint demo for March 2025. Today I'll be showing you how Qpoint's technology, namely the eBPF Observability and Control solution, can be used to manage AI agents. In this case, I have the portal brought up, and what I'm going to do is just quickly show you the environment I'm using. On the left, I have our AI agent on standby. It's the GPT Researcher, and he's going to help us build a report on some fictional characters. And then on the same host, I have our GPT Researcher, both in Docker as well as Qtap. So Qtap has sat alongside our agent friend, and it's auto-instrumenting, so I haven't had to do any sort of preparation. The Qtap agent is in the kernel, and it's going to see all the traffic that's leaving the host. So let's go ahead and head on over to our researcher friend. And I'm going to have our researcher friend look up all information pertaining to Bigfoot, and it's going to compile a report. So I'll go ahead and start that on its merry way. It's going to think about the task. It's going to associate that with fictional characters and then assign that to the cryptid research agent. And away it goes. So it's now going to start tapping into all different APIs and looking at different websites, scraping data from the internet. It's using OpenAI embeddings API endpoint to convert all that data into vectors, and then it will, as you can see, start to pull all that down and then find some images and build us our report. Amazing. Now, let's say I want to know exactly what happened behind the scenes, or even better yet, control exactly what this particular agent has access to. Well, I can do that with Qpoint. So let's come into our dashboard here, and I'm going to go first and foremost into the inventory page, and we can see all the stuff that it's reached out to. Tavily is the search engine API endpoint that I'm using. Really, really great technology. We can see all the other stuff that it reached out to. We can see there were a few failures. We can see, in OpenAI's case, this took quite a long time. Presumably the embeddings API is slower than most. But let's actually dig a little deeper here. We can see the geolocation, so most of this stuff is staying in the US, which is great. But the traffic page, connections, I think is really interesting. So we can see the binary is unicorn. We can see all the stuff that it's communicating with, including NBC News, whatever they're saying about Bigfoot, Wikipedia, and then Squatchable here. Now, what's really interesting is we can actually see the data that is being transferred. So this is the payloads that are coming in across the wire. We can see, for example, Tavily I mentioned as the search engine. Took a little while, but we can see exactly what they responded with. Facts and fiction and all that. And then we can see what's really interesting is this embeddings API. So there were a good amount of successes here. Sometimes we'll see failures, some timeouts on the OpenAI side, but if you really want to dig in, there's some vectors. We can see all kinds of information pertaining to the token usage, see the response, and we can see the tokens that we actually used. Tokens in this context meaning the authorization headers that we supplied. I'm not going to click on request because I don't want to expose my API token. I might just rotate that anyways. But very cool. You can see, for example, here we go, a 422 OpenAI. This one took a good long while. And the availability of these endpoints is really interesting. You can see, okay, so it tried to reach out to sagepub.com and it failed. Most of this stuff was successful. So generally speaking, agents, sometimes you're going to miss on some requests, try and reach out to things that don't exist or, get denied outright because of presumably something like bot detection. This is coming from a regular public IP address, though, so I don't expect too much. And then the bandwidth. So where is all that data going? This is very interesting. So Windows.net. OpenAI is the bulk of that. So that gives you a sense of kind of everything that your agent is doing, and you can also extract the authorization that it's using here if you do want to drill into that specifically, or if you have a number of agents using a variety of API tokens within an environment. Remember, this is auto-instrumenting. You can throw it in a Kubernetes cluster. In this case, I'm using Docker, but it is incredibly flexible. Anyways, that's the latest and greatest from Qpoint. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to hello@qpoint.io. Once again, I'm Devin Bernosky, and thank you so much for your time. Take care.